Hello everyone, welcome back to another video, and in today we are doing, well, this might be a part 2 to a video I posted, if I ended up posting it. I actually filmed a video about a narcissistic abusive relationship or dynamic that I was in, and I filmed the whole video. It was a little bit of an emotional video. It was very difficult for me to film and for me to openly express to you guys what I have been through over the past few months, and this was actually about an experience, which I'll give you guys a little bit of background. Over the past few months, I had received a lot of DMs from you guys about what happened, why my energy was so low, why I wasn't doing too well, why I was kind of not in the same headspace and in the same space that I've been in when it came to YouTube and came to connecting with you guys and this community that we've built. And I was actually in a very kind of narcissistic dynamic with a person since about the end of December of last year. In today's video, I wanted to sit with you guys and give you guys some true, honest lessons that I've learned from this. And through doing processing, through understanding, through being in this dynamic, and what it truly taught me about love, about, me as a person, about positivity, and about detachment. So we're gonna talk all about that in this video. Lesson number 1, your intuition is never wrong. As a woman, we are literally born with the ability to have this amazing intuition. Like quite literally, guys, whenever you have that little gut feeling, okay, that little feeling where you're like, something is not right, something is off, something is not working, something is not in my higher power, I am telling you, you are right, okay? Like, I've made videos about intuition before, and honestly, you know that thing where you give people really good advice, but you don't take your own advice? Yeah, that's me. So I knew this fact to be true, okay? I knew that my intuition was trying to tell me something. I knew that everything I was feeling was not made up. It was truly an experience I was having as a woman, and I didn't listen to it. I was like, no, my intuition might be wrong. Maybe I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. No, guys. From the second that I spoke to this person on the phone, I should have just known. I should have just known right then and there through the energy and through my intuition that something was not going to end well. This was not something I should have pursued, but you know what? It was for the experience. It's for the plot. It's fine. Your intuition, the way you feel about things and the way that, the universe communicates with you through your feelings are very important. It's telling you something. It's trying to communicate with you right from wrong. It's trying to communicate with you what path you should be going down. And it's very, very, very important that you listen to that. Listen to it. Trust me, I know sometimes we want to know the outcome. We want to know how things turn out if we just try a little harder, if we work a little harder. But the truth is, if your intuition is already screaming at you and telling you it's not going to work out, girlfriend, it's not going to work out. Also, listen to your body, okay? One big thing that I learned in this experience was that my body was screaming at me, was telling me quite literally, physically, that I was not okay, that this was not okay, that this was not a dynamic that was okay. I was consistently on guard, consistently anxious, consistently feeling insecure and not feeling good about that connection. I was consistently losing hair, like my hair was falling off. And you know how they say, whenever you're with the wrong person, physically you start to like not be as attractive. I felt that with this. I felt like my hair started to kind of fall off. I felt like I was like feeling really bloated. Guys, pimples. I just had an interaction with this person very recently, and you can already see how much I broke out. And it's almost like my body went back into that toxic space and was like, fuck no. No. We're not entering this space. Like, look at your face. Look at the way you're breaking out. Look at the way that your skin is feeling. Look at the way your hair is feeling. Look at the way your whole aura is moving. And that's when I realized I was like, no, this is not for me. So number 1, trust your intuition. Trust what your body is telling you. Trust that there's a reason why it is communicating with you. Number 2, somebody's inability to choose you is their own inability to choose themselves. This I learned the very hard way, because in this experience with this person, I had left them back in January and told them, hey, please work on yourself. Work on yourself to become a better person for yourself. Not for me, not for anybody else. Put away the distractions, put away the things that are not necessary for your life, and up level. Become the better version of yourself. Reach that new height of your life. And the fact that this person did not do that, did not do any of that, and chose to succumb to their own distractions, succumb to their own old habits, made me feel like they didn't choose me. But the truth is, it's not that they didn't choose me, it's that they didn't choose themselves. Because the thing is, in life, you need to grow, you need to evolve, you need to progress as a person. Like, again, like I've always said, why would you want to be the same fucking person you were a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago? Like, there is literally no point of that. There's no point of you being the same person. And firmly for me, I wanted to create a space for this person. I wanted to create a space where this person could grow and thrive and become the version of themselves that they really want to be. Sorry, my stomach is growling. So, creating that space or allowing them that space to do that was my gift of understanding, my gift of empathy and compassion. And the way that this person truly didn't take that as that and took it as a, okay, bye, I'm going to go do my own thing. And like, I don't care about that experience. I don't care about that connection, made me feel like I was being rejected. But the truth is, in that moment, although it felt like rejection, it was not rejection. It was a rejection of themselves. It was a rejection of quite literally them saying, hey, I'm sorry, I can't show up for me, so I can't show up for you. And that's embarrassing, guys. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing to deal with people that don't even want to grow and don't even want to learn. And if you're in a situation with someone right now that quite literally doesn't want more for themselves, you cannot want more for them. You cannot want more for a person if they do not want more for themselves. If they do not want to come out of their comfort zone, face their own demons, and become a better person for themselves, they will never be the right person for you. Trust me, especially if you're an expansive person, okay? I actually read this thing on, I think it was Instagram. It was a quote and it was like, your floor is their ceiling. So what that basically means is you are here. You have so much expansive capacity, so much to go, so much to flow, so much to grow, etc. Like, you've grown a lot, but you have capacity. They're at their ceiling. They cannot meet you more. They cannot, they're going to go into the attic? You're going to go up the stairs, they're going to go up to the attic. And then it's done. Their capacity is fully done. They cannot give you more. They cannot expand more with you. And the reality of it is, when you are with a person that is not expanding and you are expanding, you are growing, you are ambitious, you are full of passion and grace and positivity, it will hold you back. It will hold you back in your life. It will make you feel like you cannot progress further. And that is exactly how I felt with this person. My love for YouTube fell. I felt like I couldn't sit here and be authentic and be myself based on what they were saying to me. I felt like I was consistently criticized. I felt like the words and things they would say and the way they would treat me would make me feel bad about myself, would make me sit and be like, oh my gosh, like, am I even capable of achieving that? Energy is contaminating, okay? If a person has parasite energy and they are in your space and they don't want to grow, don't want to prosper, want to be comfortable, want to just live a life of, flowing through it, doing drugs and all that fun stuff, what do you think is going to happen to you? What do you think is going to happen to your life? You're going to end up doing that too. You are going to end up being looped into that dynamic and being a person that does not have passion, that does not have hobbies, that does not progress in your life. And then in the future, you're literally going to hate yourself for not getting out of that toxic dynamic. Number 3, a man is going to bring out in you what he has within himself. And this I learned through multiple experiences. So it was this experience which really kind of ignited something in me to recognize and reflect on differences in dynamic. So when a man is whole in himself, he has very strong boundaries. He's very, self-aware, very emotionally mature, very understanding, very, creates a beautiful space for you to be in your feminine energy. You are going to thrive in that environment as a woman, okay? You are going to be able to be balanced and cared for and loved and deliver that level of energy back to him. That is a man that's in his power. That is a man that's in his masculine. If you're dealing with a man that is not in his masculine, does not know where he's going, does not have intention, does not know how to control his desires, to control his lust, control his ego, control his pride, you are going to get chaos, honey. You are going to be thrown in a situation where you're going to be chaotic. Because as we've said on this channel so many times, men lead. Men are supposed to be leaders. They are supposed to lead you in the direction of your relationship. If a man is full of chaos, he's going to bring you chaos. He's going to bring out the worst version of you. And in this experience, that is exactly what happened to me. I felt like I was battling with myself. I felt like for one moment I would be myself and centered and in my energy. But the second this person entered my realm with their chaos, their confusion, their weird energy, I all of a sudden would be weird with my energy because I'd be like, wait, what the hell? Like, hold on. Am I even a calm person? And like I said in my video, if I posted the video, narcissists will make you feel like you're fucking crazy. Okay? They will make you feel like you have no awareness. They will make you feel like you're emotionally immature. They will make you feel like you're not self-aware. They'll make you feel like the whole experience you had didn't exist. And you're literally going to think, am I crazy? Am I delusional? Am I not thinking straight? Am I not thinking correctly? And the truth is, with a man that is safe within himself, that is secure physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, has a good relationship with God, has a good understanding of self, has control, okay? Control over his desires, has the ability to choose right from wrong and live in truth and honesty and dignity and respect, you will not feel that way. Trust me, girl, you will not feel that way. I know from experience and from fact that dealing with two different types of men bring out such different versions of myself. And this is why whenever you're dealing with a man and he's like, my ex was toxic, my ex was crazy, I always ask myself the question, I'm like, was she? Or was it the way you treated her that made her feel that way? Because I know there's different versions of me that exist. I know there's a version of me that is crazy, could be seen as toxic, could be seen as chaotic. And then there's a version of me that is seen as beautiful and feminine and caring and loving, but it is the man that brings that out. And yes, again, we do have to have control over our emotions. We do have to have control over the way we react and the way we deal with things, completely understanding. But you have to understand that if a man consistently brings out negative in you, then there's a problem. Okay? You're allowed to have a moment of weakness. You're allowed to have a moment of grief, a moment of disappointment. That's fine. You're a human being. You're allowed to process and feel. However, if you're continuously feeling like that with this person over and over and over again, there is a problem. There is a pattern. Number 4, do not prioritize potential. For the girlies out there that believe that people can change, they do not change. People do not change for you. They will only change for themselves when they fundamentally believe that there's an issue within themselves. But in order for them to fundamentally believe there's an issue within themselves, they have to take accountability. And people who do not take accountability, do not understand that there is a deeper issue at play, will not change. In this situation, I really romanticized potential. I really romanticized this image of the person, this beautiful person I almost created in my own mind and thought, no, they're going to do the work. They're going to become this individual. They're really going to become the man that I envision them to be, the man that I believe in them to be. Because I do believe that everybody has that. Everybody has that thing inside of them that can, light up and let them become and emerge into the beautiful version of themselves. When you envision someone becoming the best version of themselves, it is what you would do if you were in their position. But they are a complete different person. They're a complete different entity. And I think what we need to learn and understand is you need to take them for who they are. You need to take them at exactly face value of what they are showing you. And this has actually helped me detach so much from the situation, because the truth is, when I take a step back and I think about the person I truly, was starting to love, was starting to understand, was starting to develop feelings for, and the person they ended up being, I was disgusted, because I was like, so you mean to tell me that the version of you that I upheld, that I had respect for, that I cared for, doesn't exist? Okay, bet, period. Let's move on then. Because you're literally gonna sit and mourn what? Mourn a person that doesn't even hold your standards and values, doesn't even earn the privilege of having access to you. We don't do that, honey. We don't allow people like that into our lives, okay? If they want to behave like that, let them behave like that. I always say this, you cannot teach a swamp crocodile to live in a castle. If he wants to live in a swamp, let him live in a swamp. Let him date the frogs. You cannot teach a crocodile to date a princess. It doesn't work. It just doesn't work like that. So hold your dignity, hold your respect and understanding, and believe that everything works out the way it's supposed to work out, okay? Don't believe in the potential of someone. Let someone show you exactly who they are and who they believe within themselves to be, their character, okay? Do not hold them to that pedestal, and also do not wait for people. I am a firm believer of this because, look, I waited and I created space. And again, like I said in my other video, I'm not mad about it. I'm not mad about holding space for this person. I wanted to hold space for this person. It wasn't that I didn't want to. It's not that I was obligated to. It's a true thing that my heart wanted to do. However, looking back at it, they didn't even deserve that. They didn't even deserve that space. They didn't even deserve that energy from me and that love and that care. And sometimes people come into your life because you needed to love them in that moment. And it wasn't about them loving you. It wasn't about them touching your life and impacting your life in a way that would lead you to a future with them. It's because God sent you into their life to just touch their life for a moment, to just give them something, give them some energy, give them some sort of love and admiration that can potentially lead them into the next chapter of their life. And you just have to be a firm believer of this and trust that process and trust that feeling within yourself. Number 5, you are not too emotional and you are not misunderstanding. It is a privilege to not understand them. And this I learned the hard way because I remember in this dynamic, I was like, why can't I understand him? Why can't I understand his habits? Why can't I understand this hookup culture thing, this whole like fuck buddy thing? Why can't I understand lack of ambition? Why can't I understand lack of structure? Why can't I understand this person and their habits and the way they think? Why is it that I don't understand this? And I started questioning my values and I was like, am I too like stuck up? Am I too like disciplined? Like, is there such thing? I remember once this person told me, they're like, do you feel like you're too healed? And I like firmly remember this. And now looking back at it, I'm like, it is such a privilege to not understand. It is such a privilege to not be able to vibrate at that frequency and not understand. Like, it is such a privilege to not understand why people sleep with other people for fun. It is a privilege to not understand lack of ambition, lack of discipline. Like, truly, it brings you to another level of understanding that you are so far beyond that. You are so far away and removed from that. And it reminds me of that song by Ariana Grande, you know, in her song Hampstead, which I told you guys is like one of my favorite songs. She says, oh my God, what does she say? She's like, no, hold on, I have to figure this out. 1 second, I need to figure out what she says. Okay, so here's the part from Hampstead that literally wraps this whole experience up for me. She says, but quite frankly, you're still wrong about everything. So far off, your seat's nowhere near the table, but I find something sweet in your peculiar behavior because I think to be so dumb must be nice. And this was the part that truly, like, literally made me think. I was like, this is it. The fact that I cannot understand and I cannot comprehend, it must be so nice to be dumb. It must be so nice to be so far removed from reality and so far removed from life and the true beauty and passion and positivity that life has to offer. Like, wow, so you have no worries because you don't need to feel anything, because you don't need to sit with yourself, face your demons, and then open a realm of beauty. Because sitting and facing your demons is hard, okay? It is so hard to do. It is not something for the weak. It is not something for everyone. To be able to do that, you need to sit with your emotions and your feelings and sit with parts of you that feel sad and feel weak, and not everybody can do that. So remember that quote. Remember that the fact that you can't understand is actually a really great thing because it shows that you're not on that energetic realm. You are not in that energetic misalignment, and it is completely okay. Number 6, lust is not love. And I learned this the very difficult way with this person because it was almost like I saw a person that held every deadly sin. And I'm a firm believer at this point that I think God sent me this person for me to learn. Really learn where my morals, my values, my standards are, and to really understand that this is not what I want for my life. And it's just a privilege. It's a blessing. It's an opportunity to be met with someone and to realize the lessons that this person is teaching you. Lust is not love. A person that engages in consistent need for gratification like that is not a person that you want in your life. A person that indulges in all of the negative things in life, all of the things that are just pass-throughs and distractions, are not a person you want in your life. This is called escapism. Okay? People who indulge in things that are not good for them, they subconsciously know that very deep inside of them. They know that it's not good for them, but they do it to escape. They do it to run away from the version of themselves that they can be if they just face their demons. And I'll put up a chart here. Actually, my friend sent me this on Instagram and he was like, look at this chart. This is literally like the whole story of life and the choices we make and how they impact us on a day-to-day basis. You cannot be with someone who escapes. You cannot be with someone who wants to escape reality. It is going to dim your light. It's going to bring you down to that level. Like I said in my other video, if I posted it, if you are with somebody that has bad habits, you are going to have bad habits. When I was with this person, all of a sudden, I had so many rot days. All of a sudden, my goals went out the window. I realized after I looked at my vision board after so long, I'm like, wait, did I even do any of this? Or was I dilly-daddling through life the way this person was teaching me? If a person is indulging in things that aren't good for humanity, you're going to be like that too. If you allow yourself to be literally infected by people like this, you are going to become like that. If I stayed friends with this person and decided, hey, you know what, let me get to know them more and see if we like each other, what is there to like? What is there to truly like about this experience, about this person? Nothing. Because it goes against every moral and value and everything I hold in my life. And you need to do the reflection within yourself to also recognize these things. They're not going to deliver you what you need in your life. They are going to lower your vibration, lower your life, make you quite literally question your life. And that's what happened to me. My YouTube stuff, I literally didn't even feel passionate about filming anymore. I felt like, was I really the person I was? It was such a mind game. It was such a misunderstanding of self, such a misalignment of self, because when you vibrate here and they're vibrating here, you're not vibrating on the same wavelength. And one person is going to have to make sacrifices. And guess which person that's going to be? This one. This one is going to come down to their level and you are going to sacrifice all of that effort you made, all of that work. No, we don't do that. Do not bring yourself down, because then when you're operating here, you will never be happy. You will always live in chaos and you won't understand why you feel that way. And that's what happened to me. Don't do that. If a person is not meeting you where you are, they're not choosing to rise to the occasion and meet you, they're not the person for you. And number 7, how to detach from people like this. The first way that I was able to detach from this person was understanding that the version of them that I knew, that I created, that I craved for didn't exist. Number 2 was understanding that I didn't want to infect my world with the habits of this person. Number 3 was understanding that they showed me who they are. They gave me the gift of clarity. They gave me the gift of being like, this is who I am. So take it or leave it. And that says enough for me. And that gives me enough information to work with to understand that that's not what's meant for me. Also, to understand that God and the universe would never, give you somebody that was like that. Would never deliver me someone who wasn't their optimal self to stand beside me and honor everything that we would build together. God would not do that to me. Quite literally, I was telling myself, I was like, am I proud to have been with this person? Am I proud to say I had an experience with this person? Am I proud about that? No, it's embarrassing. So why would I sit here and cry about it and be super overwhelmed and sad about it? There's no reason to. There is no reason to. And I know that my husband would not come like this. My husband would come correct. My husband would come as a whole beautiful package that I would be so proud to stand beside, that I would be so dignified to be beside a man so strong and willing and beautiful. And if this person is just not that, that's okay. It's okay. You don't need to be engulfed by people who quite literally have lost their sense of self. It is fine. You don't have to be with someone like that. So those little things will already tell you to detach, to naturally detach, to pull away your energy. And here's my little 2 cents on truly detaching from a person. You have to leave it to God. You have to just let God take it. Let it go and let God. And that's something that I'm a firm believer of. I truly, in this experience, let it go. Let God deal with it. Let God handle all of the whole thing of the situation, all of the sadness, all of the pain, all of the ego, all of the pride, all of the chaos, and just chose to surrender to the process and chose to surrender to what I was delivered with. This is what gives me peace. This is what can give you peace if you recognize that person can never be for you, because you do not come from chaos. You come from love. You come from grace. You come from understanding. And if that's the life you want to live, you need to choose someone that also wants to live that life, not someone that wants to live that life but doesn't want to do the work to live that life, but someone that truly understands that life, understands what comes with that life, and sees your value. Because honey, if he doesn't see your value right now, he's never going to see your value. And I'm just going to say that. You cannot teach someone to value you. You cannot teach someone to cherish you and understand you. It is up to them to do that for themselves. All right, so that is the end of today's video on the lessons I learned from that bond with that individual and what I really went through, over the past little bit, and just what I'm choosing to take out of this and choosing to take out of this experience. I'm a firm believer that everything we go through is meant to be. It's meant for us to learn something. It's meant for us to dive into new chapters of our lives and to choose better for ourselves. And that's what we need to do. Okay? Stay strong. I believe in you. I know you can do it. And I'll see you next time.